Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., Saturdays, 8 till 4. Branded Meats, supporting community radio, WRGG.
WRGG weather.
Now the weather forecast for WRGG. For today, partly to mostly sunny skies, high around 84. Tonight, mostly clear, low around 64. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high around 85. Wednesday night, increasing cloudiness with a chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms, low around 68. And the outlook for Thursday, mostly cloudy skies with showers and scattered thunderstorms, high around 81. For WRGG, I'm Nowcast meteorologist Jim Vaughn.
Thank you, Jim Vaughn. Currently, it is 71 degrees in downtown Greencastle. The sun is shining brightly. The humidity is a little bit high at 85%. Record high for today, 96. Record low, 42. Average temps between 62 and 85. 6:25 in the a.m.s when the sun came up. 8:05 in the p.m.s when it'll set. 13 hours and 40 minutes of daylight. Again, temperature is at 71 degrees at 93.7 WRGG.
Well, he knows everything about everything about Greencastle, Antrim, and Franklin County, and Pennsylvania, and probably the whole dang country. He's Mike Ross.
It's the Mike Ross Variety Hour. Welcome. Welcome. We were, Mike came in and I was lamenting a little bit. I'm trying to do this YouTube broadcast, with cameras and everything. And then the nice thing, it archives it. And then you can go back and listen to it. Well, my camera's been frozen. Bill's is blinking. Yours has your left arm in, and Cadence has her right arm in. So I said, welcome to the wonderful world of low power FM. But we're glad to be here. Mike, always a pleasure to see you. You can't hear?
No, I can hear you almost. So my favorite, whenever I go to events, and somebody will get up there and say, "Can you hear me?" Okay, well, if I can't hear you,
no. What am I going to do about that?
I always want someone to respond with "No."
Well, then you heard them. No, you didn't hear them. So, speaking of events, your big event's coming up. That'll be before we see you next, won't it?
Yeah, our big event will be Thursday, September the 10th. We'll host our annual Industry Appreciation Dinner out at, and this year we're going to be at Penn State Mont Alto in the multi-purpose room.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking forward to that, and it'll be an opportunity for those who are interested in seeing the campus again, to be able to come out and do that. And I don't have enough good things to say about the Penn State team locally. They've been incredibly accommodating to us. So we're looking forward to that. But again, it's an opportunity for us to recognize a large business of the year, a small business of the year, and an individual who we believe contributes significantly to the economic well-being of the county. And this year, and it's always, to me, an oxymoron, but we're going to have a mentalist from West Virginia.
Is that even possible?
If you've never seen a medalist, I don't know how they do it. There's got to be a trick to it, but it's a funny.
Yeah.
Really
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I will miss your newscast and my small role in it, but that's okay. It's
we've ceded to the medalist.
That's how far it dropped. We need a medalist. Can't find one. There's one in West Virginia. Can't be. Yes, there is. He'll be there.
It's remarkable.
And when you called him up, he said, "I knew you were going to call." Well, he's not necessarily a psychic. There is a difference, I guess.
But I don't know exactly what it is. What the difference?
What is the difference? Yeah.
Because it seems to me a medalist could. Somehow they. Have you ever seen a mentalist?
Well, a psychic would claim that what they're doing is real. A mentalist will tell you it's all a show.
Yeah, but the mentalist isn't going to say,
I learned that from the TV show The Mentalist with Simon Baker.
The mentalist is not going to tell your future, I guess. You're going to meet a tall, dark, handsome man.
So the mentalists I've seen, they usually not predict, but mention stuff from your past.
Okay, yeah.
And you're like, how'd you know that?
Yeah.
That's it. But because they'll say, well, I flew in here today. When I was on this plane, I wrote down like 5 things about, and I'm going to ask a question. And if you were going to go on vacation, how much money would you take? And everybody always tries to get them. Like, I'm going to take $2,394.65.
Yeah.
Then they pull out a thing that this is
2,300.
and I think and everybody said, well, they use plants. I don't think they do.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We've used one before. And we wasn't any plants.
Okay. All right.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Heck with the rest of the stuff.
I think they're in league with Lucifer.
That's the whole. I mean, a lot of folks have gone or been dragged out to business dinners and the like, and it's you go kicking and screaming, and it's like I'd rather be anywhere.
Right.
The dentist office open. I missed my appointment.
Yeah.
I'll go now.
I'll go now. Yeah.
But because you're going to go out and somebody's going to talk about interest rates and what's the Federal Reserve doing.
Right.
We don't care.
Yeah. It doesn't affect us. Always.
So all we want to do is make it a fun evening.
Yeah.
So
There's your headline.
everybody gets
Mike
something.
Ross doesn't care about Federal Reserve or interest rates.
Everybody gets something.
Yeah.
So that's always good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, we don't know if it's useful. But
Let's just get something. And there's food.
It's always a great time. The
It's
food's
food.
always good.
Well,
Yeah. What's on the menu, Mike?
there's brisket. I know.
Oh, nice.
And there's something else. And it's going to feature Penn State ice cream.
All right.
Nice.
And-
Can't go wrong there.
No, you can't.
No. No, it should be.
And I
it should
assume
be-
it's sold out?
Not yet.
Are they- okay.
That'll
Now-
make me happy if it does.
Is this a bigger? Well, is this a bigger?
It'll be about the same size.
Okay, okay.
And typically, at Green Grove Garden, our average attendance runs between 400 and 450.
Okay.
And we're hopeful we're going to be in that same range out at Penn State as well.
Okay. Very good.
And again, it will be, and for those, and there's, well, you would be far more familiar with it in your former role as one of the.
Thank you. Thank you.
but,
I have a T-shirt that says that.
How many locally? How many folks started their education, their post-secondary education path at Penn State?
At Penn State, I did. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it's and again, if there's an opportunity to come back and see it still as Penn State,
Right.
Because we're hopeful going forward that we're going to be able to repurpose it for as a very high functioning community asset, but it's unlikely that it'll have a Penn State affiliation. in the
Right.
future.
Right.
And that's disappointing. So,
Right.
it's very disappointing. I wish that Penn State would retain ownership of it, work with us on with our tenants that they could be a landlord for them.
Right.
But we would also reserve the opportunity for Penn State to come back in
In the future, yeah.
If they wanted to do something with the campus, they had that opportunity to do so.
In education, and sometimes, it's like everything else in life. There's a pendulum that swings, and at some point in time, they're going to want campuses. I don't know how it will look. It will look differently, but people will be coming back and they're going to want them, but they're not going to have them. So you're right. I don't know. We'll see.
I think and to your point, I think a lot of things we seem to go in a big. Sometimes the circle is larger than,
Right.
than
Yeah.
we come back. I'm this will never happen, but I'm still convinced that malls will come back in some form.
For them, yeah.
The indoor malls.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Some do well.
I don't know why they don't succeed.
Malls,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because they climate control. There's every store you need right there in a basic food.
And to your point, I mean, it is climate controlled, and not only does it serve, a retail shopping outlet for a lot of folks, it's almost a rehab facility
Right.
or a healthcare.
Yes.
You can just go walk.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can walk in all climates. And then to your point, I mean, I think was there Canadian smoke out there today? Because I walked.
That's why he's coughing.
You guys were burning something.
Bill's family had a little backyard fire.
Turns all this Canadian smoke in just from me burning leaves.
So, but
No,
but you can get into, but you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not sure why we
just
why we moved away from
moved.
it.
I mean, obviously, online sales hurt.
Right.
You know, there wasn't the need perhaps to go to the mall, but I think again, sometime that'll come back.
There's
Yeah.
a socialization aspect.
Sort of like
Yes,
how malls
yes,
hurt
yes.
downtowns.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. It comes around somehow to that. Yet sometimes the downtowns have revitalization. So,
Right. Well, you end up with a different focus.
Right.
You repurpose. You say, all right,
Right.
what left and what can we replace it with?
where we can go. A long story short, I had to go to. I finally went to Lancaster 2 Sundays ago to get to the iPhone or to the Apple store to get my Apple phone that wasn't working correctly fixed. All right, so I had to drive 2 hours, but
One like Frederick or something?
not a store. Well, they okay. Best Buy works on them. Speaking of Geek Squad, they work on phones, but they worked on mine. They had it working. It lasted less than 10 hours, and then it went back to. So I said, heck with it. I'm just going to drive down there because here's the thing, though, with those Apple stores. They came out, they had the right diagnostic tools. Not that they didn't over there, but they have the Apple diagnostic
Right.
tools. They ran the test, said, okay, in 2 minutes, here's what's wrong. Let me check, see if we have that part. Oh, we do. I can schedule you in 15 minutes. It'll take an hour and a half to fix. Or you can get a new one, but it'll cost you $100. And hour and a half, I can walk around the mall. It's in a mall. So that's my point where it's going to the mall. There was a lot of people in that mall, and now it was before school. So you had the, people going in and buying
That's
the
a nice
school
mall
clothes.
there in
But
Lancaster.
it is. It is a really nice mall. What's the name of it?
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
Yeah,
The big mall
I
in
just thought it was called the
Lancaster.
Lancaster Mall.
The Lancaster Big Mall.
King of Prussia has a nice mall. too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I go there a lot for when I'm at school.
Yeah. There's a lot of, so who knows if they'll make a
No,
comeback.
when they did that King of Prussia Mall, the word was, they were at that time, like back in the early '60s, I think, when they built that, and that was pretty much farmland out
Right.
in that place,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
It's in, yeah.
And so they built that mall, and the traffic became such that folks couldn't leave their houses on Saturdays. Because they
Couldn't get out of the driveway. Wow.
So you talk about an impact locally.
Wow.
So they might not be as excited about malls.
Yeah, Park City. Thank you, Stan.
Yeah,
Park City. I knew someone would come through and help me out with that. That'll be interesting to see if they make a recovery, and then is that what you're holding out for with Chambersburg Mall?
Chambersburg had a lot of issues.
Yeah, it did, and repurposing it is has become a challenge. The sophistication with the Chambersburg Mall is the asking price for the mall itself.
Mhm.
It's owned by a real estate group out of New York, and they are not easy to deal with. And very candidly, they have a horrible reputation. They are bottom feeders.
Yeah.
And this is their model, not only here in Chambersburg, but around the country. And they own the Nittany Mall in State College.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
They own one out in Moon Township, out in the Pittsburgh area. In every community in which there is one, there's typically a story about how the mall has been in a state of deterioration
Right.
or closure because there's no investment made in it.
By
But
them, yeah.
Having said that, Chambersburg has obviously been closed now, I guess, approaching 3 years. And, I mean, there's been, the building structure itself has been some vandalism. And,
Sure, yeah.
just the normal, and it doesn't take long
No,
for a building to start to deteriorate if it's not being.
if you don't take care of it.
And so you have roof collapses and ceiling collapses inside and so on.
Mhm. Yeah.
But to make it work, it's 127 acres,
Mhm.
and at this point, we've had developers look at it, and we're hopeful that somebody can come back with a mixed-use plan that can meet the township's zoning. But very candidly, it's one of those locations that lends itself to a logistics operation.
Right.
I understand folks' hesitation with
Right.
logistics, but again, that's what it lends itself to.
It's right at the
Very
interstate,
candidly,
yep.
It lends itself to repurposing as a data center.
Interesting.
And, that would be a viable but and those are the two groups with the financial resources
Right.
to acquire and make it work.
Right.
I mean, for housing, if somebody said, well, we should make it into a housing development. Well, it's hard to spend as much money that you're going to have upfront preparing it,
Right.
to be able to build it and
Right.
make it reasonable for anybody to whatever come in and buy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
What's the zoning on it, Mike? Is it commercial? Is it mixed?
It's a commercial zone that does not allow for distribution.
Okay.
And that was, and the township
On purpose, yeah.
specifically rezoned it about 5 years ago for that purpose,
Mhm.
to prevent that. And again, I understand when people say that we have too many warehouses and like, I hear that. I would argue that our 81 municipalities have really done a nice job with their land use planning, and that includes Southampton Township, Green Township, the Borough of Chambersburg, Guilford Township, Antrim Township, and the Borough of Green Township.
Right, right.
And Waynesboro's done a nice job as well, but they're off out of that 81 mix for distribution.
Right.
The distribution centers, by and large, are where they're supposed to be.
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
Okay, and again, I would just suggest to folks, go off of 81 and start to drive around, and you're gonna see some spectacular farmland that's being preserved
Right.
and being maintained, and it goes to our ag heritage across Franklin.
Oh, absolutely.
You're gonna see manufacturing.
Well, that's the other point.
You're
Yeah.
gonna see retail and commercial development. So, I mean, I think that there's been a lot of thought given to how our municipalities should play. Now, you go to the western end of the county, most of the municipalities don't have any land use.
Right. Right.
And that's not atypical. If you go to most across Pennsylvania, which is a very rural state by and large, many of them
67% of the 67% of the state is still forested.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's more counties and there's more land in Appalachia, Pennsylvania, than the state. 52 of our 67 counties are part of Appalachia.
Really?
To include Allegheny County.
Wow. Allegheny County.
which
Yeah.
is the city of
Right,
Pittsburgh.
Appalachia. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Just where it's located.
And the 15 counties, really, Southside, Franklin County is not. And my understanding is, and this is the folklore from when they formed the Appalachian Regional Commission back in the 1960s, I think it was in 65, Franklin County opted out.
Out of it.
Okay, I think they felt it stigmatized
Mm-hmm.
the county. Washington County did not, Fulton County did not. And I would suggest to you that over the last 60 years, we have left hundreds of millions of dollars.
Because of that,
on the
yeah.
table.
Yeah. Yeah. Because of the stigmatization that goes up. Right.
We were not eligible to apply for certain funding
Right.
that other counties were able to.
Ah.
But when you look at it, the 15 counties, and it's my I-81 to Lebanon County down to 78.
Mhm.
So the counties that fall into that parameter are the non-Appalachian counties.
Yeah. Very
But they're also
interesting.
state economy.
Yes. Yes, they are, aren't they? Yes, they are. So let's backtrack a little bit. We talked about your dinner coming up and how you're moving it to Penn State Mont Alto, which is pretty cool in a sense, but you're leaving Green Grove Gardens, and that's the big topic of discussion. Greencastle Antrim goes on sale in September. Yeah. Have you had any inquiries about, someone from California, or not necessarily California, you know what I mean?
No. There are, I think, at this
What the
point.
Clampetts looking to diversify.
Well, it should be interesting because it's being sold by Matt Hurley, and who does, he can do nationwide auctions.
He does, yes.
But I think that we're aware that there's at least some folks out of Maryland, and not necessarily Hagerstown,
Right.
who have at least expressed interest in wanting to have more information about it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that it's going to be interesting to see what I personally, I think that for Green Grove Gardens, I think it's worked as an event center. I think that in an ideal world, if you're going to buy it, then you would invest heavily in the barn itself and upgrade it, put in a larger commercial kitchen.
Right.
If you're going to do events.
Right.
And ideally repurpose it downstairs and renovate it.
Yes.
So that you could have breakout rooms so folks could use it for retreats and
Right.
so on effectively.
You make the kitchen the type that you could actually make the meals there as opposed to bringing them in.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, they're bringing somebody's home kitchen.
Right. Yeah. Here it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Four burners there. Use it all up.
Put the hot dogs on the one, the hamburgers on the other.
But the other part of it is,
But if you turn all four on, you're going to
And,
short the circuit.
Yeah.
you know, and it's interesting. Prior to the McLeaf selling it, and I'll share the story. I had approached Mental Haven about this is pre-COVID about this would be in my mind an ideal opportunity for satellite campus.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, you know, and they were very respectful, saying, you know, we hear what you're saying, but we have a lot on our plate with our campus expansion in the Chambersburg area. So, but I think it lends itself to 55 and over housing or some type of senior housing that would work. And it could be other, but I mean, but it's the beauty of Green Grove Gardens is you're a mile off of 81. But
Right.
you feel like you're 10 miles off of 81.
Yeah. That's the
All
secret.
ingress and egress is taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So that, from that standpoint, it works. But but if you're going to get if you're the folks who are in the event business, you know, they know how to make things work.
Right.
I'm hopeful that if somebody steps in with
It'll-
it, if that's the intent, whoever the buyer is to make it, to repurpose it as an event center, that would work. That's something we absolutely need.
Right.
County.
Right.
We could use more than, probably, I'm gonna say, more than one, probably two at the.
Right.
at this point.
A large-
But
large
but
one,
has,
yes.
You know, people have adjusted to Green Grove Gardens from around the county.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, because when we're doing our dinner, I'll say, you know, we've always gone to Green Grove Gardens, and that's great. If somebody says, why don't you do it in Shippensburg? Well, those people have to travel so far. But they'll say, but there's people up there trying to go to Green.
I know.
I mean, it's the old, it's shorter to go from Shippensburg to Greencastle.
It is from Greencastle.
Shippensburg.
I used to do Chambersburg Trojan basketball and football, and every time an opposing team come down, they would complain about the ride down. We got to drive the whole way down here. Every time every other game, every away game, we have to drive to Harrisburg. So yeah, it doesn't balance out, but it's the same distance. You're absolutely right. So either you're traveling to Greencastle or Shippensburg. But the other thing that
Some places just seem further away.
seem farther away. Mercersburg always seems farther away for those.
The one near York.
Oh, yeah.
York
Yeah.
is forever.
Well, yeah, because you can't get there from here. No, I always the other day, well, it's been a couple of weeks ago, I did a Little League baseball game for Mid-Penn Broadcasting in southern York area, all right? So the quickest way to get there was to drive an hour to Harrisburg and then drive from the Maryland line in Greencastle, drive an hour back down to the Maryland line. Yeah, that was the quickest way to get there. I took 30 home, and I enjoyed the ride because it was scenic, but it took longer to do that. So I had to drive an hour up, then an hour back down.
And I would argue 83, as dangerous as 81 is. 83 is.
Yeah.
You got that Jersey barrier going down the middle.
Yes, yes.
And the cars are flying.
Yeah.
And it is.
It's just,
especially bad weather. It is really.
it isn't.
White knuckle drive.
And this is no lie, and if my youngest was listening right now, he would verify the fact that he almost died there because I was driving, and it was on the interchange getting off of 581 onto 83 at the time. Now they've changed it and they made it a whole lot more safer, but at the time I was going on, the car in front of me, I looked behind, I had plenty of time for me to get on, and so I started to get on thinking the car in front of me was getting on. He decided he didn't have enough time, so I'm almost hitting this guy in front of me while Rhonda's screaming, which she does anytime.
Well, I was going to say, she'd be screaming anyhow.
So I was able to get by, but I went out, you know how you do with your arm, and Casey was in the seat behind, and I mean, it was, we all talk about that every time we go to our certain relatives. I'm not going there. We almost died last time. So, but
that's the George Costanza's father.
Stopping short.
yes. But nevertheless, so there is hope for Green Grove Gardens. The other thing is, you know, you have to. unless it's a really successful people coming in, not, I shouldn't say it that way, someone that can really market and have people in there all the time, it's one of those things that you might have to have a side business or other businesses to help generate income because you don't use event center every day.
No, you don't. And I think that's what makes it right. You've got to be, and there's a real. I think that I think it's more art form than science, but I guess the people in it have made it.
Right.
They would probably disagree and say it's more science now than art form in terms of knowing what works, what doesn't work.
Right.
But it really requires a strong marketing team. To your point, every weekend you have to have something going on, and ideally, what can you have going on during the week?
Right.
And that's why, in my mind, if you can renovate, and again, big commitment of money.
Right.
But if you can renovate the bottom, that you can then have folks come in who are looking for, the retreats and so on. So if the school district says we want to go off campus, but we can stay local,
right,
you would be able to go there and it'd be very convenient. And ideally, if they had a kitchen, that would be.
It'd be helpful too.
Well, that would be very helpful. The other challenge at Green Grove, and again, we've always made it. Everybody's made it work. The parking is not as convenient. So you're parked a distance away. But then when you get there, then you have to go up 20-some steps.
Right.
It seems like 20-some.
Yeah, it is.
to get in, and it's not. I mean, it is somewhat handicapped accessible in the back, but it's not easy. And I would argue the other thing is you have to upgrade the restrooms. When you get a lot of folks in there.
Right, yes.
You hope that the meal is not causing any. You don't get the Taco Bell.
We'll be back to talk more about Taco Bell lettuce. I'm going to take a short break for the news. Mike Ross is our guest. As we always do, we'll ask him one more serious question, and then we'll turn to music. That's what we'd like to talk about. It's coming up next. Stay tuned.
You're listening to The Morning Show on WRGG.
93.7 WRGG. With news and weather together. Coming up next.
WRGG LP. Greencastle.
Till the weather outside makes up its mind, you can depend on Premier HVAC services to keep you comfortable inside. For sales, installation, same-day and 24-hour emergency services, Premier is your local heating and air conditioning professionals with free estimates, price match guarantee, 717-597-9900, and online at premierhvacpa.com.
From high atop Broadcast House in downtown Greencastle, here's a look at WRGG's local news with Scott Douglas.
In the news this morning, emergency road work in Antrim Township, and a new four-way stop is coming to the borough of Greencastle. Details are coming up. Greencastle police are asking for help identifying two people who were allegedly involved in a robbery at Family Dollar in the borough on July 22nd. Information and photos on the Greencastle Police Department Facebook page. Have an update here on a street project in the borough. Mayor Ben Thomas Jr. reported on that last week. PennDOT has installed message boards along South Washington Street. Those boards advise you that the new four-way stop intersection will take effect next week, next Tuesday, August 25th. The South Washington and Leitersburg Street intersection will become a four-way stop. You should be aware of this safety enhancement in the borough of Greencastle. Meanwhile, PennDOT will be doing emergency repairs today on I-81 near the construction work that's already going on in Antrim Township. This morning, starting about 8:30, guide rail repairs are planned at the southbound I-81 off-ramp at Exit 5 onto Route 16. Also, right-of-way fencing will be installed at the end of the on-ramp from northbound Route 11 to northbound 81. That'll be at Exit 3. Work will take about 4 hours. There will be shoulder
milder restrictions at both locations during the repairs. This work is associated with the resurfacing project on north and southbound I-81 from the Maryland state line to mile marker 6. Representative Chad Reichert has announced schools in the 90th Legislative District are receiving over $775,000 from the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency School Safety and Security Committee. That's to help improve safety for students. Greencastle Antrim School District will receive a little over $224,000. Franklin County Career and Technology, $70,000. Tuscarora School District, $196,000. And Waynesboro Area School District, a little over $285,000. Here's something I could use. The Franklin and all of the guys on the morning show. Franklin County Area Agency on Aging will offer free technology training for seniors at the Greencastle Senior Activity Center next Friday, August 28th. Starts at 10:30 in the morning. Talk more about that as the week goes on. Update on this year's Franklin County Truck Convoy for Make-A-Wish that happened over the weekend. 176 vehicles participated in the convoy. Did you see them? So far, over $58,000 has been raised for Make-A-Wish, and the 2026 fundraiser continues until October 1st. More information on how you can donate, franklincountytruckconvoy.com. In state news, a former PennDOT employee has been charged with alleged embezzlement. 55-year-old Tracy Tuzalin is accused of, it's the name Tuzalin, is accused of using fake purchase orders to divert $33,450 in taxpayer funds, your money, into personal bank accounts between 2023 and 2025. The former Pike County Roadway Programs technician faces theft by deception and 3 related felony charges. That's according to the Pennsylvania Attorney General. Pennsylvania State Police in Cumberland County will be conducting sobriety checkpoints in that county this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you're heading up that way, be advised. And Sunday night, just before 11:30, EMS from Company 13 in Morgansville were called to the State Line Motel on Mason-Dixon Road for a bicycle accident. I checked around. There are no further details and no updates on that story. This is Scott. You're on 93.7 WRGG.
Sometimes that latest technology designed to make life easier actually causes deep frustration when you just can't make it work. It's Stotler Technologies to the rescue. Sean Stotler will come to your home, office, or business offering computer repair, help with wireless security systems, smart TV setup, teaching, and education. If it's electronic technology, Sean Stotler is the name to remember. Stotler Technologies may be reached by email at stotlertechnologies@gmail.com or by phone at 814-767-0311. Sean will explain the how and whys of the process, teaching you how to make the use of those devices fun again.
Here's a look at local sports with John Freeman.
The Blue Devil golf team tees off for the 2026 regular season with a 4th place finish. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Freeman reporting for WRGG Sports. Brought to you by the John Allison Public House. 155 South Antrim Way in Greencastle, involved in your local community. Monday was opening day for the Blue Devil golfers as they traveled to the Waynesboro Country Club for their first Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division matchup of the season. As a team, the Blue Devils posted a score of 326 strokes to finish 4th in the 6-team event. Gettysburg finished 1st, followed by Shippensburg, Northern, and Greencastle, with Waynesboro 5th and Chambersburg 6th. Camden Eby led the Blue Devils with a 5th place finish overall, shooting a 77 on the par 72 course. Also in the top 10 for Greencastle was Bryce Davidson, who placed tied for 7th with an 80. Landon Summers shot 83, while Jex McDowell had an 86 for Greencastle. The overall winner of the event was Gettysburg's Parker Toker, who shot an even par 72. The Blue Devil golfers will be back in action for their second Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division event on Wednesday. Also today, the Hagerstown Flying Boxcar baseball team returns to action as they are back home hosting the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in Game 1 of a 6-game homestand. The Flying Boxcars are 57-45 on the season as they look to snap a 3-game losing streak tonight. First pitch this evening from Meredith Park in Hagerstown is scheduled for 6:30. That's a look at sports for a Tuesday. Have a great day, everyone. I'm John Freeman reporting for WRGG Sports, brought to you by the John Allison Public House, 155 South Antrim Way in Greencastle, involved in your local community.
WRGG weather.
Now the weather forecast for WRGG. For today, partly to mostly sunny skies, high around 84. Tonight, mostly clear, low around 64. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high around 85. Wednesday night, increasing cloudiness with a chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms, low around 68. And the outlook for Thursday, mostly cloudy skies with showers and scattered thunderstorms, high around 81. For WRGG, I'm nowcast meteorologist Jim Vaughn.
Currently, it is 72 degrees, a little cloudy out there. Humidity sitting at 87%. Record high today, 96. Record low, 42. 62 to 85 is your average temperatures. And we are in the middle of that. 6:25 is when the sun came up. It'll set tonight, 8:05, 13 hours, 40 minutes as it dwindles away. Again, 72 degrees at 93.7 WRGG and on the web at WRGG.org. Must be the third Tuesday of the month. Mike Ross is here. Glad to have him here as always. Mike, the one serious question before we move on, is there anything else happening that we should know?
No, there's a lot of good things. We have a lot of inquiries that we're dealing with right now. So we are pretty excited about the possibilities for local companies who are going to be investing heavily in upgrading equipment and in some cases facilities. That's all good. But it's and we've got we're going to be doing an industry visit later today with some folks from Business PA who are coming down to help us with two projects that we're working on right now, which I wish I could tell you about, but they're both looking at really significant investments.
Great. Yeah, okay.
So we're Greg. We're in a good spot, and it's like I'm a broken record on it. We've been in a good location for forever, and the opportunities here continue to emerge.
Right.
It's a day's drive to half the population of the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then within shot of the capital, and you've got Harrisburg, you've got Philadelphia, Pittsburgh,
New York,
New York,
City.
Baltimore, all these.
Everybody wants to be on this corridor, and so it's again it affords us opportunities that not everybody has. But again, it goes to what we were talking about earlier. I think once you get off, I think what becomes highly visible are the logistics centers that get built. But if you get off of, you don't see the manufacturing
Right.
off of from 81.
Right.
You don't see a lot of the farmland that's being preserved and how productive it is. And I would just suggest to folks, if you have nothing to do on a Saturday afternoon, just take a drive around.
All right. Yeah.
And it's
Well,
really remarkable.
JLG facility in Shippensburg is literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Walnut Bottom Road. You have to go through farmland to get there.
Yeah.
The former Little Kite.
That's right. Yes, indeed.
Yes, it is. But I tell you another example of that. I was driving. It's been a while, but I was out in the Mercersburg area and drove by that gigantic egg farm.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it is a wow. Oh, I mean, there it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's an amazing
Provide, was
looking
it
thing.
McDonald's eggs? Is that correct?
Yeah, they do the egg McMuffins, and so they the relationship with McDonald's. But they search, across Pennsylvania, Maryland, New York, and the like, and identify that location and have invested heavily in that location. But yeah, it's always the balance, Greg. And that's still, I think, what we all stress.
And that goes back to what you're saying earlier, and ties with the whole idea of diversification as well.
Diversification is critical, and we need places where people can work, where they can live, where they can recreate, and and I think and ideally improve the quality of life for everybody. That's the ultimate goal.
All right. Yes. Well, very good. Speaking of improving,
really care.
But no. I do care.
Of course you care.
I'm just. Hey, I'm okay. I'm 70.
That's the beauty of it. You know, it's like, I don't care.
Suddenly, Greg became everybody's grandfather.
I know. Oh, my. Here's the big news, though. The big news. The other night, Richie Blackmore came out and played with Deep Purple. First time since
Really?
1975. They were in New York at a smaller venue, and he called them up and said, hey, you mind if I come over? And they said, sure. And they came out, and you'll never guess what song they played.
Oh, get out of here.
They played Smoke on the Water.
Nice.
And that was the one song, you know, and but that's pretty cool because it hasn't happened for 50 years, yet he's the founder, you know, whatever of it. And always like that when the CEO goes, they fire the CEO who founded the place.
Yeah, that song was inspired by an actual fire. It was Casino.
Yeah.
Montreux, Switzerland.
Yeah.
I just listened to a podcast on Frank. I'm trying to understand Frank Zappa.
Wait a minute, Cadence, have you ever heard?
I couldn't listen to a Frank Zappa album, you know, at gunpoint.
No, I know. Have you ever heard of Frank Zappa?
I've heard of him. I've never listened.
Okay, well, don't.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like Frank Zappa and what he does.
Interesting
But
is he had a lot of people in in that world who were excellent. Well, Flo and Eddie were part of the Mothers of Invention for a while. A lot of musicians came in and out of that
Turtles.
circle. The Turtles, yeah.
Which none of their music sounds anything like Frank
No,
Zappa
not at
music.
all.
So,
No.
But no, it was.
I always thought of Frank Zappa as like the ultimate performance artist. It was all just, you know, a show.
Yeah,
that's how I always perceived it.
I guess that's what it was. I don't know, but
with Richie Blackmore, going back to him, he and his wife now perform Blackmore's Night, I guess.
Yes, it is.
And it's like, and I have a fascination because it's almost like medieval music, you know.
Right.
Okay.
And she is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And you would say this can't be the guy from Deep Purple.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a diversion from that.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
This is a guy with, you know, really at the forefront of heavy metal, and that this has nothing to do with heavy metal.
The most notable four chords in you know rock and roll history, you know, when they started that Deep Smoke on the Water thing, and but no, it was good to see that he came out and
Robert Plant did an album with Alison Krauss.
Yeah.
And a great album.
Great album. Yeah, it is. It really was.
She is really good.
Oh my goodness,
and
yes.
He is. I mean.
Well, he's Robert Plant. Yeah.
When you listen to Led Zeppelin, they were.
They're phenomenal.
They did. You know, there's not a single weakness in the band, and they're just the different things they did with music.
Oh, absolutely.
It's incredible.
Diverse influences as well.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, but to your point, there's absolutely no weakness in the band.
No. One of the best drummers ever live, you know.
They did songs based on J.R. Tolkien's Hobbit stories. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, it is cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the great bass players of all time.
Yes.
One of the great lead guitarists.
Guitar players.
And great drummers of all time.
Yeah, and then one of the great voices. Yeah. You know, I always have a hard time. We do this here. What's your top 5 singers? And of course, you read them in. They get me online because I'll go there and they'll say we rank the top 5 or whatever. But it's really it just depends on what you like.
I think if you're going to rate absolute singers, and I was never a real Queen fan, but Freddie Mercury might be the best singer.
Yeah.
Of anybody.
Well, he had an incredible range.
But he wasn't going to do Led Zeppelin.
No.
Robert Plant wasn't going to do Queen.
Right. Freddie Mercury had a range like Roy Orbison had. It was incredible.
You know, I grew up not a Queen fan, and that turned as I grew older and probably more mature, I think is the other term I want to use. But when you listen to his voice, the range of his voice, and you know, I don't understand the teeth structure. I don't know. They blamed it on the teeth structure that he had this great voice. I mean, he had big teeth, so I guess there was echo in the voice. I don't know, but he could really sing. But you're right. They're not gonna. He's not gonna.
Yeah, and it's, I look at. I'm a big Roger Daltrey fan.
Yeah.
Of The Who.
Right.
But Roger Daltrey isn't going to do Led Zeppelin either.
No.
And Robert Plant's not going to do The Who.
No. And that's why you have different things for different people. It's what you like.
Daltrey's amazing.
Yeah.
And Townsend's just one of the great songwriters of all time.
He's he's one of the most underrated songwriters.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Guy is, I agree with you. Absolutely.
And Daltrey had this gift for singing what Townsend wrote, like he wrote it himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I did tell you, I think, maybe the last time we were here, I'm going to see Mickey Dolenz.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm going out.
Where at?
Greensburg, of all places. Yeah, Greensburg. It was the closest. Well, there was one in Virginia, and it was there. And I just said to Rhonda, I said, I know you're not a big Monkees fan, though she's listening to it. Prepare yourself for it. But yeah.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
That's just... And two great lead singers, and I think they're, in a lot of ways, much alike, are Mickey Dolenz and Burton Cummings.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my, yeah, I see that comparison.
I mean, Burton Cummings was a real deal lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah. And I, you know what, I do need to see them. They're back out, the Guess Who.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And the original lineup, or close to it.
Close to it.
You've got Bachman back in there.
Yeah, yeah. Or Bachman, as you say in Canada. It's.
Do you know that story, Mike?
Huh?
Do you know that story?
You told me.
Yeah, it's actually pronounced Bachman, but everybody pronounced it Bachman, so they just went with it. But,
yeah, but in Canada they're called Bachman Turner. Oh, Vajai. A. They have an A at the end of it.
My friend John Gammon says Burton Cummings' voice is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great solo stuff, too, over the years.
Now, Candace just went to Montreal, and she was disappointed he didn't say A.
Yeah, I know. I was just about to say that. I was so mad I didn't hear anyone say A. We're
A.
sorry.
They're the French, aren't they? They don't.
But she went to Toronto.
Oh,
Yeah, the French.
Toronto. Toronto. And no A's there. So,
There should have been there, right?
Yeah, you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
well, you just.
I've got to talk to my people.
What are those French fries you guys eat?
Poutine?
Yeah, those are good.
Oh, my goodness,
I
yeah.
had that for the first time when I
What'd
went
you
there.
think?
It was great.
I love
wait.
that stuff.
What's the difference?
What do you mean?
It's
You get fries, you get gravy, and the original was just fries with gravy and cheese curds.
I thought.
But there've been all sorts of things added.
So there
to
has
it.
nothing to do with the president of Russia. That's what I thought you were saying. Did you have the Putin?
You like them?
I did, yeah. Wait, the poutine? Okay. I was scared.
Putin.
I was scared. I was like, no. But I had it when I went to Margaritaville, of all places.
Of all places. There's nothing in South Canada than Margaritaville. Yeah, so. But they had the delicacies of
Yes.
Canada there. So
In Canada, they do that like we say, we're going south on vacation. Or do they do that in Canada?
Say we're going south? Everywhere south.
when they say vacation, that means they're going south. There's nowhere else to go. No one ever says I'm going north on vacation in Canada.
Some people do, believe it or not.
That's great. That's great. No, I'm going. Mickey's now. Mickey just released a brand new album or whatever it is they released now. He has new music out, and it's with his sister, as a matter of fact. Okay. Yeah, Coco Dolenz, and who he's known before the Monkees. So you know, but I don't know how much of that. You know, the trouble is when you go to those places to hear those people. You want to respect when they want to play new music, but you really don't want to hear the new music. Yeah, you don't want to hear the new music, and so. But I'm looking forward to that. That's another one of my bucket list things. To hear the Monkees. Didn't get to hear them, but I'll get to see Mickey Dolenz, and it's coming up in October, so I think I'm safe. He's 82 or something like that. You know, it's because. I think Rhonda said something about, will Davy Jones be there? I said, I certainly hope not. I was
in spirit.
Yes, they'll do a few Davy Jones.
But you know, it's interesting because we saw America at one point. They use a hologram for the guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And they kind of incorporate them into what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's another band that needs to be in the rock.
Oh my goodness,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
They absolutely.
They really, there's just.
And you're talking about the iconic opening for
Smoke on the Water, yeah.
Ventura Highway thing.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I'm shocked that they're not in the Hall of Fame.
So
They're
am
not.
I.
Yeah. You would think that they would, but you know, there's so many that are that shouldn't be. But
Yeah,
you
oh
know,
my God, yeah.
and again,
And a long career too for America.
Yeah, it started in England.
should be in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think, yeah, what other songs can you identify, like, right off the bat?
Like, one note, you can with Smoke on the Water.
Satisfaction.
Yeah.
There's another guy.
I can do it with any Beatles song.
With any Beatles song, yeah.
A lot of Beatles songs,
What do you rank
definitely.
Mick Jagger among the great singers?
I think Mick, and I'll concede to what Bill says a lot of times about the Rolling Stones, that to be around that long, I don't know that the voice is a Queen voice, is a Freddie Mercury voice, but it's a recognizable voice. It drives rock and roll, So I don't know. I think as a front man, he's one of the best front men. I don't know
absolutely.
that. I don't know if he's one of the in my book, the best singer.
No, I
Incredible
would,
partnership too.
Songs where he is exceptional. I think "Sympathy for the Devil."
Mm-hmm.
I think "Wild Horses." I think he's exceptional.
I put Dead Flowers up there as well.
Yeah.
There was
where he's kind of winding his way through.
I went down a, how you go online. There was an interview they had with the, she's no longer a young lady, Mick, and the lady that sang for that song, sang those high notes. And she was, now she's 60 or 70 now, but she says trying to hit those high notes in Sympathy for the Devil wasn't an easy thing, But it was just, but he does, the range isn't there, but he doesn't need the range.
Right.
That's what they play. They're straight down the middle with it, and
Writing "Sympathy for the Devil," when you say, "I think I got an idea."
Yeah.
Well, I put it in.
What were you doing the night before?
I compared to John Milton's Paradise Lost. And in fact, when Chris Palladino and I did Deep Undercover on the Stones, that's what we talked about. The comparison to John Milton. Well, because
it's a bad night last night.
Because Milton was heavily criticized for making the devil a sympathetic character in that. But that's, he's the ultimate tragic figure.
Well, I don't think the Stones did that in the song. They made him out to be a bad guy.
Oh, by the way, another great song you can recognize from the opening. John just reminded me, "Should I Stay or Should I Go" by The Clash.
Yeah. Actually, I guess there's a lot of songs if you stop and think about it. Kaden said every Beatles, she can do every Beatles song, but, Help. I mean,
it's got such a distinctive opening.
Yeah.
And there's a gazillion books out, but we were down in Easton a couple weeks ago for our anniversary, and I went into a bookstore, and it was actually a pretty interesting little bookstore. But I got John Lennon. It's called John and Paul: A Love Story in Song, and their relationship. And so it's pretty interesting. And they go by song, how they did things, and they really were the inspiration. I mean, it's a team that worked incredibly well.
Yeah,
and they were a counterbalance for one another.
Right.
In a lot of ways.
They weren't alike.
Absolutely.
No, not at all.
They weren't alike, which was good. I think you need that sometimes.
But they needed each other.
Yeah.
And that's what they acknowledged. They needed each other.
Yeah.
And at one point, he said, I'm reading now, that in his opinion, the writer, it's Ian Leslie, I guess is the writer of the book, that John needed Paul more than Paul needed John as they evolved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get that. Yep. I get that. So
definitely.
But that's and John Lennon was a great singer too. Both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they complemented one another incredibly well.
Well, the harmonies.
The whole band meshed well together.
Yeah, they did. That's what made them special.
Yeah,
they really did. The group
Mike,
that changed.
Have you seen the documentary with the band called Once We're Brothers?
No.
I think you'd enjoy that.
What's it about?
The band.
Oh, the band.
Yeah. Robbie Robertson.
Yeah, the band.
Okay.
The band. It's deceiving when they call themselves that.
I've seen different documentaries
on the band. Yeah.
Well, I know you're a big fan of The Last Waltz.
Yeah.
That's one of my.
Yeah. As time runs out here, and I know Mike has a busy schedule, so we wrap up our hour. We always come back to the what's on the podcast this week.
Speaking of mental health, what's going to come out is we just did an interview with T.J. Eltingham, who is the COO of Lackawanna College, and Lackawanna is getting ready to. They're enrolling for the welding training center.
Mm-hmm.
They're also working in collaboration with WellSpan. There's going to be an academic partner I think, for the repurposing of Mont Alto.
Okay.
They offer a lot of diagnostic imaging programs that WellSpan needs right now. But it's been interesting to hear about Lackawanna, and they really have focused their post-secondary education on the trades.
Right.
And you've actually got a few things about that on your website.
Yeah, it's culinary arts they do healthcare, they do construction, and they can do business and accounting, and you can enroll from a certificated associate's degree to a master's degree. So that's interesting. And then our one after that's going to be with Tiffany Wright, who is the CEO of Mental Haven.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
So we're going to talk with her and what they're doing. I think, again, Mental Haven has such a major presence, and we talk about healthcare and the need for healthcare workers. The conversation usually goes to WellSpan and Keystone and Meredith and so on. But Mental Haven's in the same boat.
All the places are that house elderly care right now is they're looking for CNAs. They need people, and it's hard to staff.
And the other thing, and we talk about the culinary arts and the like, and you don't think about it for institutions, especially healthcare. They need folks in that world who can cook and who can understand diet. The dietitians as well as and that's an important component as well. So we're looking forward to that, and hopefully then we got to get you guys back.
Got to do TV shows, right? Isn't that the next one?
Comedies?
Yeah.
We did TV shows.
We did
comedies.
TV shows. Yeah.
Comedy movies.
Hey,
I
by
think
the
was
way,
the
if
last
you want to watch if you're a World War II buff, get Peacock. Watch Pressure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
On D-Day, and it's on the weather forecast.
Right.
Every day.
Oh,
and
okay.
How important
that was
in the overall and the tension between Eisenhower's meteorologist and the Montgomery's meteorologist who ultimately made the call.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And after he told our guy, he said, Eisenhower said, he got all these forecasts right. The guy said, well, he's essentially forecasting in the desert.
It's sunny and hot.
I've heard
and we're in a different part of the world.
Yeah, that's great.
I've heard Brendan Fraser's quite good as
outstanding.
in that. Yeah.
All right, I have to watch that. Very good. Very
got
good.
very good reviews when it was in theaters.
Mike, as always, a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
I feel like I should pay for the therapy.
Okay, well, yeah, just $20 copay right now. That's all you need to get by. It is the morning show. Heading out to Dave Kipp coming up next. Got the best music 50s, 60s, and 70s. Catch Mike's podcast on anywhere you get podcasts. Cadence, a pleasure. You're going to be here tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to be in and out tomorrow as that goes. So with that, Bill, we'll see you tomorrow. You here?
I'll be here. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
I think it would be a hit. Don't you think that would be a hit?
Oh, absolutely.
Here's what it'd be: grilled cheese and what are those things called?
Putin's French fries. That'll go over big with that title. So, listen, have a great day, everybody. Be safe, be kind. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on The Morning Show. Dave Kipp is next.
The Morning Show on WRGG.
The opinions expressed on this program or any program broadcast on this station are not necessarily the opinion of the management of WRGG. We respect the right of free speech and the diverse opinions of others. WRGG is a nonprofit radio station, depending on the contributions of our underwriters as well as listeners like you. If you enjoy listening to The Morning Show, and I don't know why you would, then please consider making a donation to WRGG to help keep